Good morning and welcome to the Core Connection. I'm Mira Rubin here with you on Enlightened World Network. And today's topic is preparation because I'm preparing to go for a trip and I'm really excited about it. And I thought it would be interesting to talk about how when we prepare for things, the attitude that we take toward it impacts not only our experience of the preparation, but our experience of what it is we've prepared for. So I think it'll be a fun conversation. But before we get started, let's take a minute or two to get present. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it. And imagine clean, crisp oxygen flooding your lungs, flowing into your bloodstream, nourishing all your cells, all your organs, bringing vital life energy to your body and being. And as you exhale any tension, negativity, stress. And let's take another deep breath in through your nose and hold it. This time, imagine brilliant, bright light lighting you up from the inside out, illuminating, electrifying, and energizing all your molecules, your electrons, all your cells, and bringing all this light into your heart and out into the world as you exhale. Exhale any remaining negativity, fatigue, and now let's gently press our palms together, rub your palms together, feel the tickling, the tingling, all that energy. And as you release your palms, feel all that sensation and allow it to bring you present right here, right now, into this remarkable physical form that enables you to experience life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, Kimberly. So good to have you here with us this morning, and welcome to everybody else who's joining us. We're talking about preparation. I didn't know whether to call today's topic preparation or anticipation, and maybe it's all part of the same thing. So I'm preparing to go on a trip. I'm leaving Thursday for 2 weeks to Mexico, and I am tremendously excited. Preparation has been underway for a while, to make sure that I have pesos and that I have my dear furry companion Jewel taken care of, my cat, and my plants, and that I have the proper documentation that I need, and making all the travel arrangements. And then there's packing, right? So anticipating, like, what's the weather going to be? What will I need in terms of health maintenance? What, just all these little details. And in doing these preparations, I'm clear that I could be making those preparations with anxiety or excitement or joy or neutrality or a combination of all those things. I could be just be stressed out by to-dos. I could, there's a multitude of ways that we can interact with preparation, just like there's a multitude of ways that we can interact with any kinds of circumstances in life, right? And so we get to choose, right? And also, one of the things that a lot of people find helpful in dealing with the anxieties of preparation is to write lists, lists or spreadsheets or, I don't know. I think that when we get things out of our head and onto paper, or computer or wherever we're putting those things, when we relieve our brains of having to hold all of the possibilities and eventualities and details, then we are giving ourselves a little bit of a respite, a gift. And as I'm saying that, it's interesting to see that I haven't done that, like I'm leaving in a couple days and I haven't written my list, and I don't know if I'm going to. There might be some things that I need to write down so that I make sure things get done. But, it's interesting to see how we have, our different ways of managing preparation. And this isn't just for a trip, but preparation for a job interview, or preparation for our day even. Like maybe there's a bunch of stuff that is calling for attention, things that need to get done. So how do we manage these things? How do we prepare ourselves? Do we ground ourselves? Do we have any kinds of rituals or routines that allow us to become present, that allow us to put ourselves in the mindset that is going to best serve our intended outcomes? For me, I don't know. I think I haven't traveled. I haven't been on a plane since before COVID. And so I noticed that I used to travel a lot. I do notice that there's some anxiety about it, a little bit of nervousness. And it used to be such a routine and so easy, because I did it so often that packing was a breeze, and getting all the details handled was easy. Oh wow, Kimberly, this is a whole different area of preparation. Boy, oh boy. Kimberly says, I'm getting prepared to say goodbye to my loving auntie who I live with, that is dying from cirrhosis of the liver. That's challenging, boy, oh boy. And the thing is that as much preparation as we put in, there are certain things that we just cannot prepare for entirely. We can maybe ease the way. So Kimberly says, I was making my coffee. Where are you going? I'm going to Mexico. I want to first address your auntie, and preparing for someone's passing. And I think that that's a bit different, because we want to be able to steel ourselves for the loss. And the thing is that I don't think we can. I really don't think we can. As much as we are aware of a pending loss of a loved one, the dynamics of that transition are so deep and multidimensional that I don't believe we have the capacity to prepare ourselves. Because it's interesting. I have a dear friend who has been navigating the impending death of a deep loved one, deeply loved family member. And as much as we deal with the grief that we experience before that kind of passing, we still, I don't believe we can avoid I don't think we can avoid or prepare adequately for the reality of that kind of transition, because when it's done, it's done. You know, like when someone passes, there's a void that wasn't there, no matter how much we tried to anticipate it beforehand. And all kinds of emotions happen over such a period of time. You know, it's an evolution. We were talking about this the other day in terms of remembrances and remembering people and experiences, and how those remembrances of that person evolve with us over time. Bernadette says, "Good morning, everyone. I'm between departments and playing the waiting game, hence being patient. I'm not sure what you mean by being between departments, Bernadette." And Bernadette says, "I feel for you, Kim, sending strength to get through the hurdle." Yeah, and I think what I want to say about that kind of preparation and that kind of transition is that it's not a singular hurdle. It's a oh, Bernadette, I see what you're saying. Okay, so I'm sorry, I hadn't had the context for that. I forgot. And I apologize for that. So Bernadette is in for testing today. Bernadette, we wish you strength and ease and good results from the tests that you're taking, and that you're undergoing. Kimberly says, "I feel you. I'm ping-ponging around and just walking with love. It's so hard. She's still drinking. This is the way she wants to go. My heart is breaking. I'm being strong and having patience with her, and coming from a place of love, and just to honor her each and every day." Kimberly, I can only imagine how deeply, deeply challenging this is for you. And when we see people we love making choices that are harmful, and we can't influence it, there's a feeling of helplessness as well as a feeling of grief. And also with your experiences and your challenges, to be in an environment where somebody is drinking themselves literally to death, I can't even imagine the challenge of that. So good for you to be in a place of love, and I understand how the ping-ponging might be a really prevalent experience for you. And so be patient with you and allow that we each have our own choices to make. It's challenging. It's really difficult. Bernadette says, "I have my test done today to know if I need a small bra." So Bernadette, we are sending so much love to you. So much love and light, and seeing you healthy and whole, and seeing you navigating this latest challenge with as much ease and grace as is humanly possible. Kimberly says to Bernadette, "Bernadette McDonald, my peace is with you. My prayers are with you." and as our mind, Bernadette, and all of us are holding space for your wellness. And Kimberly says, thankfully, I'm able to be here in strength. Well, it takes strength, Kimberly, and good for you to have come as far as you have to be able to be there in strength, both for yourself and for your auntie. So we're talking about preparation, and you guys are both preparing for some big stuff. And one of the things that I think is so important as we consider preparation is to address our attitude, to be as connected as we can possibly be within ourselves, to be as present and in alignment as we can, to be in the moment, which is kind of counter to the notion of preparation, right? Because what is preparation? Preparation is extrapolating what might be happening in the future, or trying to anticipate from our present awareness what the future might bring. So it may seem like a bit of a contradiction to be talking about our an attitude of presence, and I think it's a matter of both and of holding the polarity around that. Good morning, Elaine. Welcome to you. So Elaine says, Kimberly Wilkinson, thank you for having compassion for her and yourself, for your auntie and yourself, by honoring the journey as it unfolds. Blessings, loving light, beautiful one. Yes, it's oh wow, there, as much as we may prepare, we can't prepare fully, right? And certainly for circumstances of the heart, we can prepare for things like trips, or prepare for certain things in our day, or prepare for certain eventualities by being in a space like you are, Kimberly, of love and presence with your auntie, that is allowing you to have no regrets, to be addressing what needs to be addressed. And Bernadette, for you to be preparing yourself, to be presencing yourself to your own strength, and allowing yourself to be connected rather than being in fear. I think this notion, oftentimes the way that we prepare for things that we anticipate to be difficult is by shutting down. And what we're talking about here today is conscious preparation, conscious and connected preparation. Being present to the eventualities that may occur in a way that allows us from a place of centeredness and alignment, so that we can be looking at, having no regrets, being able to anticipate what it is to it's funny, I'm talking about, really, preparation is is future oriented, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to anticipate the future, which is the unknown. And so we're taking what we know and we're extrapolating from that, and we're projecting it into the future to make determinations about how to set ourselves up to win. And we can do that to certain degrees. Kimberly says, Elaine Leonard, I have faith and trust the process. It's an honor to be able to give her hugs and kisses and go to church with her and just keep praying for and to be able to give her as much as I can. Thank you for your support. Well, Kimberly, to be in that space of gratitude and presence, that's really what it's about, so that she can know she's loved. You can know that you loved her and that you were with her. It's a deep, deep gift. And Kimberly says, stay in the moment. Exactly. So a lot of people prepare by preparing for the worst. Like the preparation is driven by fear. And I believe that we can we can prepare for possibilities without being driven by fear, where we can be more driven by presence. It's like, okay, so what do I know about this possibility? And in something like preparing for a trip, like, what do I know about what the weather might be so I can bring appropriate clothing? What kinds of activities do I anticipate doing so I can bring the proper equipment or tools? What do I know about the health circumstances so that I can anticipate that and have ways to address it? What can I know about the time so perhaps I can make sure that I am well fed and watered or whatever along the way. It's interesting because we take what we know and project it into the unknown to give us a sense of security, and also really to be prepared. The question is, to what level, like, is anxiety necessary as a part of that preparation? And I'm just looking on all these different levels, preparing for someone's passing. The best way is what you're doing, Kimberly, and that is by being present for her in this moment. Kimberly says, how long are you going to be gone? It sounds like a wonderful adventure. It's going to be beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about my trip. Because tomorrow, I can't believe it, but tomorrow is my last day on air with you guys for a couple weeks. Although I have been assured that there will be replays, and I've requested that some of those replays at least have Maggie in them so you guys can enjoy Maggie moments. And by the way, I went to the pet store to buy pet food for my cat, Jewel, and there was a green cheek conure there that looked identical to Maggie, and this bird and I connected, and it was just bizarre. And then I had to go back a second time for more cat food, and it was like the bird recognized me. I don't know if it did or not, but yeah, I just was so moved by this feathered little magic creature. Anyway, so I'm going to this city called Pátzcuaro, which is about halfway between Mexico City and Guadalajara. And I have a friend who is who is putting together a net positive village that is off the grid and eco-friendly, and there's some land there right outside of the city. And so I'm going to see if that's a place that I want to live. So I'm gonna I want to be able to be there long enough to start getting a sense of whether this is a place that I would want to live, if I can imagine myself there. And so regardless of whether it is or it isn't, I'm certain it's going to be a wonderful adventure. And I'm excited. I haven't been away for a long time. And this is kind of a mission-based trip to determine, what possible path I might have for my future. And yeah, it's very exciting. There's ruins nearby, some other really cool cities. There's lots of craft, and I'm a very crafty person. So there's an area there known for lacquerware, and another that's known for hammered copper. And I'm gonna see if I can find anybody doing weaving. And the city itself is from the 1500s, so it has a really, yeah, Kimberly says, sounds like your elements. This is absolutely thrilling. Yes, I'm really excited about it. And it's the first time since I set up my schedule with my work. Like I set up my work so that I have 3 months on and 1 month off. But this is the first month that I'm actually going to be taking off, because I've worked through my other months previous to this. So that's also very exciting, to be really having some time off, and to have an adventure be part of it is just it is thrilling. And yeah, a whole new world. So I'm making magic and receiving magic. So very, very excited about it. Thank you for your delightful, beautiful wishes. And Bernadette, we're with you and holding you high in your tests today. And Kimberly, sending you so much love and support. And Kimberly says, you definitely deserve this time. I can't wait to hear about your adventure. I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So yeah, I'm anticipating miracles. So anyway, that's it for this morning, talking about preparation. I'm Mira Rubin. This is the Core Connection. And I go live here each weekday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern on the Enlightened World Network Facebook page and YouTube channel. And I invite you to be checking out all the other awesome programming on Enlightened World Network and Enlightened World Living and EWN, One with the Earth. And I hope to see you back here tomorrow so you can wish me bon voyage. And I just want you to know how deeply I appreciate you and your engagement and your vulnerability and presence in these conversations. And I just so deeply appreciate you. So until next time, lots and lots and lots.